Are you interested in seeing Terence Crawford move up 3 divisions to fight Canelo, and how do you see the fight playing out?
When you look at Canelo, you've not got to look at where the real challenges are coming from, right? Benavidez against Andrade, good fight. I expect Benavidez to stop Demetrius Andrade, and when he does, I think he's going to make a real claim to fight Canelo Alvarez, and I think Canelo at that point will take the fight. I think it will be that big that he will take it, and I don't think he's afraid of David Benavidez. Canelo isn't afraid of anyone, and he will fight everybody. The deal's got to be right, of course, but he'll still fight them. Too many people are too passive and disappointing against Canelo Alvarez, you know, and they kind of like, look at Charlo. I mean, it was almost like, you know, I was going to say disgraceful, but I feel like that's disrespectful to a fighter, but it was like, you're getting whatever he got, 8 million, 10 million. Like, you didn't really try and win the fight, did you? You know? So you need young, hungry fighters that are going to go in. And that's when I look at, I think Caleb Plant did really well. I thought Billy Joe Saunders did well. Like, these are guys that didn't really show any respect or fear, you know? And I feel like Benavidez is one of those guys. And I think Crawford would be another one of those guys. Crawford's a winner. Crawford would do everything to try and win that fight. He'd take chances, but I think he's too small. And I think you're going to get beat. Crawford's only going to get beat by being too small. And I think against Canelo Alvarez, you're not talking about 2 divisions like Charlo, you're talking about 3 divisions. And as good as he is, and as good as his movement is, I just don't think he beats Canelo Alvarez.
Based on the Charlo fight, do you think Benavidez beats Canelo now?
No, I don't. I think, look, you never really know with Saul how he is or what he's got left, because he's a very proud man. So I saw more than most, but I still didn't see everything. So, you know, when you see him after a fight, and obviously he came off the operation, and you know his knee's not great, certain fights that he went into, he definitely wasn't 100% in. But I do feel that the Charlo fight, he was up for that fight. I feel like physically he was better, mentally he was in a good place. And if he's good physically, I think he'll beat Benavidez, I think he'll beat Crawford, but I'm biased because I love Canelo. So
that's still your boy?
Yeah, cool. I'm massive. Like, I just take people how they treat you. You know, Canelo Alvarez, we promoted 6 of his fights. You know, we made him an absolute fortune, hundreds of millions of dollars. He made us a lot of money. We put on the great shows together. We made history, and he was always him and Eddie Reynoso. You know, always great fun, good guys, socially, in boxing. So, you know, for me, sometimes when a fighter goes or they have to make a decision for their career, I don't really like Devin. He had to do that for his career, and you can't just I believe that if everything was even, Canelo would choose us every time, but we didn't really have anything for him. So it's bye Eddie. You know, we love you, Eddie, but bye.
And as a friend, you understood.
Yeah, of course, but you can't also. You've also got you know, this boxing's a bit sad because sometimes when I'm done and when a fighter's done, you'd like to get that moment when you go to a show and you bump into someone that you shared great memories with, and it's like, hey, there's too many times, like if you talk to fighters about their ex-promoters, how many of them actually talk well about them? Do you know what I mean? It's like, that guy who's fucking robbing me for years, and so it's nice to have those relationships. And I know every time you guys interview him, he'll go, oh, Eddie's great promoter, and for my credibility as well, that's important. And you know, but if he was an arsehole, I would tell you I don't like him, but he's not. He's a great man, he's a great fighter, and he's one of the greatest of all time.
Now, at 68, who would be the toughest fight for Canelo? Would it be Benavidez, Andrade, or even Morrell?
Morrell, you know, look, the rumblings in the boxing world is that Morrell is fucking really good, right? We talked about earlier about Shakur Stevenson, same kind of thing. Yeah. Why would you fight David Morrell? Now, let's forget, I'm not an advisor or a lawyer or a manager, but if I was, I would say, you want me to fight David Morrell, you better pay me an absolute fortune. No one knows outside of the hardcore boxing who David Morrell is. So therefore, the risk reward don't exist. And as much as we would love to see that fight, even you guys have got to be honest and say, why would you fight Morrell?
Yeah.
But so it's down to the PBC to overpay people to fight Morrell. That's how boxing works.
Like a Caleb Plant.
Yeah. So Benavidez didn't, by the sounds of things, they wanted Benavidez to fight Morrell. Benavidez looked at him and went, fucking why? They probably didn't even want to fight Andrade, to be honest with you. But he's like, why would I fight Morrell? It's not even a big fight, and he's fucking really good. So the answer is, who could beat Canelo? I think Benavidez gives him a good fight. I just feel that Demetrius at 168 can't necessarily stand up to the firepower, but we'll see. Coming up, very good fighter. Morrell, but Morrell might be overrated. You never know until Morrell's in a real fight what he's got either. But the rumblings are, all I can tell you is people I really respect in boxing say, this kid's special.
There's a rumor about like Jaime Munguia is looking for John Ryder.
Yeah, that's the fight. That's the fight we won in January. I think it's a great fight. Our instruction from the zone is to make Munguia Berlanga. We couldn't make it in December. We couldn't agree a deal. But now Munguia goes in January. Looks like Edgar will go in February, and then we want them to agree to fight in May or June. So John Ryder looks to put a spanner in those works. That's a great fight for Munguia, having Canelo just coming off 12 rounds with him. If he can beat Ryder and Berlanga can beat a good level opposition in February, and then Berlanga Munguia meet, the winner of that is a massive fight with Canelo. Massive.
When would that Ryder fight with Munguia take
January.
place? January?
Yeah.
LA?
Talk about maybe Mexico or California or maybe Texas. But
Eddie, Joshua Wilder, it's never going to happen, is it?
I've got to sort of stop talking about it, because every time they play sound clips, I see I'm so bored. I'm bored of talking about it, but obviously I get asked about it all the time. All I can tell you is we got an approach from Saudi Arabia and Skills Challenge. We got an offer from them. We accepted the offer. Wilder accepted the offer, and the contracts never came. Now, should I have known that? I've done 2 fights with those guys.
Right.
They were solid. Every time they said it's happening, it happened. So in my mind, it was done. But things changed out there, and I understand that and respect it. So that's put a spanner in the works. So now we're looking at it. Myself and Shelley continue to talk, but we look at Vegas, and we look at some people making offers, some people wasting time again out in the Middle East, but we have to explore those options. So all I can tell you is January is definitely not happening.
Well, Wilder's trainer said the fight is not going to happen because Joshua doesn't want to fight him.
Well, what? I don't.
Malik Scott,
but Malik Scott talks so much shit. Like, he also said it was my fault when we weren't even involved with the negotiations. So the situation is, we were offered a deal that we accepted. Now it's not my fault now that some of the alternatives might not be the number anywhere near the last number, so that just makes us consider our options. We're also in line potentially to fight for the IBF world title against Filip Hrgovic.